last. And I say at last because as the title of this video suggests, where did July go? I can't believe I went a whole month and didn't do one of these again to update, but it's just been a crazy month. It was a really good month in lots of ways, and lots of things happening, so finally getting around to doing an update video. So as usual, thanks very much for tuning into this, and I hope you're all doing well out there. As I said, it's been a busy month, and picking up from the last video, of course, the first half of the month was packed with the football, the second half of the Euros, which seems like an age away now, but it was only last month. And of course, England got to the final. It was so exciting, all the different games leading up to it. And July, the early part of July, I had some strange things going on where I suddenly became a little bit famous in a tiny, insignificant way, but strange things suddenly I appeared. So the first thing was I did on my one of my Twitter accounts, I did a reply, a silly, funny reply to something that someone had said, and it ended up being quoted by a website that's pretty big called The Poke, and it's a website that I've liked for ages and always thought, oh, I'd love to be quoted on there because it's quite cool, the stuff on there. And sure enough, I got a quote saying, you're in this particular edition. So that was an incredibly trivial little way of suddenly being publicised. But the that website has about 300,000 followers, so it's not a tiny thing that no one knows, quite well known. And then before we got to the finals of the Euros, as I showed you last time, I was in the habit of dressing up in the kits of the teams I supported, and by accident, I became the face of Czech football fans. So what happened was I was watching a game that the Czech Republic were in. I had my Czech top on. And then they scored, and I put up a picture of me in my top saying, yeah, now we've got a game. And about 10 minutes later, I get a reply from UEFA, the organisers of the Euros, saying, you've been selected and now we're publishing you on our fan zone in London. And sure enough, there was my picture right next to London Bridge on this sort of fan zone video screen, as a Czech Republic fan. So that sort of parallels when I was interviewed in 2006 by Japanese television who thought I was an Italian football fan. And on that occasion they said that Italy had just won the World Cup and I was in Soho in London, and I had my Italy top on. They came up and said, how do you feel? I went, I am very happy. So I'm glad no one asked me to say something in Czech this time because I really wouldn't know. But yeah, that was all silly stuff that happened. And then, of course, England got to the final, and the final was on my birthday. So I'd already arranged to go up to Liverpool to spend the weekend there, and I went up on the Saturday. And before all the Euro stuff happened, got to go to my first football match in 18 months. because Chester were playing a friendly. And so I picked up Ginger and we went to the game. Well, a tiny crowd, but there was a crowd there and there was a game played, and it didn't matter that, Chester got beat 2-0 or something, but it didn't really matter. We were just so happy to be there, place I haven't been for ages. So that was a great start to the weekend.
Go on, right in the top corner. Whoa!
And then on the Sunday, it was my birthday, and I picked up Ginger, and then we went to West Kirby and met up with my sister and my niece and my brother-in-law and Dylan the dog, and then we went along and had a walk along the beach and just had a really nice sort of chilled out time. My sister got me the perfectly appropriate birthday cake for the occasion, and we sat on the beach and sort of had a few drinks and a bit of birthday cake. It was really good. And then in the evening it was the game, and we found a pub that was showing the game and showing it on a big screen. And what they'd done is they had a big car park and they converted it and covered it so that there was a great big screen and loads of picnic tables and just loads of people there, and it was a fantastic atmosphere. So yeah, have a look at what it was like there. It went mental when we took the lead, and it was just a really good vibe there. And then Italy got back, and then it went to penalties, and we were that close. But it's disappointing, but they did better than England have ever done in my lifetime. So we've got to be happy for that. And they were that close to winning. So yeah, hopefully next time there's a World Cup next year, hopefully they'll do well then. So that was all the football stuff. Since then, it's been a combination of a lot of work and a lot of sort of nice times in between as well. So soon after my birthday, the weather changed. If you remember, we had that week of absolutely blazing hot summer, 30-degree heat, really hot. And of course, my bad timing, I had full-on work all day, stuck in this flat which is lovely for the sun, but when it's really hot it turns into an oven, and then having to work at night as well, and it was just crazy. And it got to the stage where I was first of all doing the news reporters bit, because I was on Zoom all the time, so I'd have my work shirt on there and then just sat in my boxers, and still it was too hot and I was finding myself melting. But luckily, only half the time I needed to be on camera. So every time the camera was off, I'd just strip off my shirt, just sit there. And it still was too hot. So I ended up working with my feet in a bucket, in the wash basin of cold water, trying to keep cool. And it was, if anyone would have seen me, they probably would have thought it didn't look very professional, but you do what you need to do. So things were crazy on the work front for 2 or 3 weeks, and they're still busy, but got a bit more manageable now. And for the first time today, which is probably what's prompted me to do this. I've had a day when I'm not all day sat in front of a computer screen and the sun's been out. I've been timing it really badly. It's tended to be that it'd be blazing hot sun every time I was sat on the computer working all day. And then the time I had a day off, the clouds would roll in. We had all that massive rain over the weekend and stuff. But today's been gorgeous, so I've actually had a bit of time to go out. And in between, the weekend's just been sort of going to nice places. Went around a bit of Oxford, explored the river there. Actually went to, spent one of the days a couple of weeks ago going around bits of the Cotswolds, so places I've heard of or driven through but never actually been to. So a place called Bourton on the Water, got a lovely river through it, and also Bybury, which is really old but very, very beautiful as well, as you can see here. And so yeah, it's just been a good, a good busy but nice busy for the right reasons kind of month, and that's really why I hadn't really found the time or space to do one of these for a while. And this month has a lot of good things coming up, which I'll tell you about probably in the video at the end of this month. But certain things are starting to happen that, as we've now got out of the most severe of lockdown, things are starting to happen again, like live music, football starting soon again. I'm going to be hopefully catching up with my family some point this month as well. So all in all, yeah, lots happening. I'm still, whenever I go into places like shops or whatever, I'm still wearing a mask, still taking precautions. We're not out of the woods yet, and anyway, as you've seen from my other videos, I quite like my masks, so I'm wearing them anyway. I don't think it's much to do with the coronavirus anymore. But I hope you're doing well and still being safe out there. We're nearly out of the woods, but we're not quite there yet. So, just if we can all be, well, most of us can be sensible, then things will, get better soon. And I hope you're doing well wherever you are. And thanks again for seeing it to the end of this video. I'll have more to say towards the end of the month. I'll probably have some music to put out, which is another thing that has just had to be on the back burner while I've been so busy with other things. So thanks again. Tune in for the next one, and I'll hopefully speak to you soon. Bye bye.